Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Box City Tactical Trader. It's Thursday night, February the 23rd. These are the charts of the day. And folks, this is the last charts of the day until Tuesday. I'll be in New York for the Traders Expo starting Saturday morning. I'm going to show you some longs and shorts. Starting off with the market first, you can see that we had a big hard hit in the morning and then a recovery, a retest, and then a late pop. Net, it was a mixed session. Looking at the longer term chart, you can see the move since the beginning of the year has taken the NASDAQ 100 from 48.50 to 53.50, 500 points. And then we got that hit this morning. Notice where it did bounce off that red line. That's the 50-period moving average in the hourly charts. But the channel has been broken, at least a rising sharp one. Now, the channel bottom for the major intermediate channel comes in around 50 to 85 or thereabout. So we'll be keeping our eyes on that, namely this level right there. For me, is going to be very important if the market does roll back. And if it doesn't, we could very well be headed towards 53.90 thereabout, 53.80.90. Now, on the S&P 500, you can see a little bit different pattern. Nevertheless, it could be toppy. 23.55 is now key. Looking at the longer, more intermediate hourly chart, the run-up since the beginning of the year has taken it from here, let's just say since just after Christmas, around 22.33, up to 23.63, or about 130 points, about 7%, 6%, something of that nature. So from that level, but from the actual low down here, it's more like double that, 11, 12%. So we've had a pretty big move. Now let's go to the longs today. AAOI not only has been looking great in here, but after hours, check this out. It's exploded to 41.80, up another 435, 433 more, and at the high for the pre-market on a strong earnings report. Now, you can see this is a new all-time high, I believe, indeed. And so we were a little extended up here. We're at the top of the channel in that zone. I'd be real careful with this one. ACRS is a biotech I had my eyes on. It did very well today. This stock rarely trades 623,000 shares. Today was the day where it broke out and traded that level and went back up through the moving averages. I would look for a test on this one of 31 3/4, then 34 37 of our targets going forward. There's 6.5 days to cover on this one. Some promising things happening there. You can see the chart reflecting that. AXDX, after hours, literally ripped and exploded on a very promising new drug news stock, which had closed at 24 3/4, is trading over 30 after hours. You can see the high up to 32 now, so it's up about 7 points and really running in big gaps in small amounts. So it's thin. It traded 144,000 today. Tomorrow could be a huge day for it. This is a new all-time high, taking it out above the highest level ever achieved. Up in this range, this triple top, about the 32 range. So right now that it's trading above 32, or right at it, this is a key area to watch for tomorrow morning. There is, as I said, 36.4 days to cover. Shorts are definitely trapped, and that's what's going on there. AXTI with a big day today, but it pulled back. Nevertheless, in terms of where we were looking for and what our targets were, 8.5 3/4, it ranged today at 865. Bingo, right at the top of the channel, and backed off quite a bit. It still closed at 760, up 70 cents or 10%. Volume was a really strong 2.4 million, the second biggest volume I've ever seen in the stock. But coming near the top of the channel, it may be similar to what it did there. Exiting partial positions today would have been advisable. Swing trade beat had a very good day. Popped from 25.10 to 26.80, closed up nickel off the high, up 180 on the day, or 7.2%. And it traded a solid 810,000 shares, the biggest volume since mid-December when it popped there. I'm looking for an extension. I think we're going to see 28 and then 30 on the stock short term. 3.5 days to cover. Bluebird popped 430 or almost 6% today. 1.1 million, 1.2 million nearly. It's up against resistance. You're going to watch this one over 81.25. We're looking at mid to high 80s. 12.34 days to cover. Esperion, after coming down yesterday following the big spike up, held support at the prior high and exploded again back up to 25.93, but could not get through these 3-day highs. Seems to be $26 resistance. Net though was up $1.84, 8% on 1.9 million. Good volume. if this extends beyond those highs, beyond the 26 area, I'm looking for 30. 11 days to cover short. And First Solar with a wonderful day up 362 or on 11.9 million shares. That was nearly 11%, particularly after yesterday's come down. Look how it held in at 50. It exploded, closing near the upper end of the range. And the biggest volume I've seen on First Solar on an up day in more than a couple of years. So this is significant, and I think we're headed higher. There's been a rotation going on, and biotechs, some people are, I guess, leaving biotechs and going into solars. Some of the solars are looking good. Another one of those is SPWR, which popped 53 cents or 6% on 6.1 million. Green Dot with a big day today, popping and closing up 210 or 7.84%. 1.2 million, the biggest volume I've seen on this stock in a year. Looking at the long-term chart, you can see this is breaking out above key multi-year resistance. It might very well be headed to mid-30s. There's 2.9 days to cover on that one. Good day for Hewlett Packard. Earnings came out of it. They were solid. The stock exploded through a triple top, jumped $1.40 or 8.6%, traded merely 37 million shares. Biggest volume on an update in a year as well. And it is reaching near the top of the channel. My near-term target, 18.5. We may see that quickly. Big day for Chem. What a day. Not only good earnings, but it announced a acquisition. Stock exploded for $1.94, 23% on 4.25 million shares. Now, up against this level, having given it to you in about the, believe it was somewhere around the 6 range, 5.75, yeah. And it's almost double now. I would be taking some off the table up in that zone, although momentum could take it higher, and there's 4 days to cover. OLED, nothing to see. The stock was down yesterday, but today, after hours, is the story. More than 10 points up. The stock exploded on the solid earnings report and guidance, and then formed your after hours bull wedge. Nice pattern. It looks to me like this could be, if it pops tomorrow, headed for as high as 80-82 zone. We'll be watching that for a day trade tomorrow. There's 10 days to cover on that one. And here's your daily chart again. You see it broke through a triple top in after hours. This may very well be 90-95 before not too long if this keeps up. And again, 10.2 days to cover. Square with a big day. We've been talking about this one since I gave you a swing on it in the 12-13 range. Today it hit 1775 at the top of the channel and reached my target. Backed off to 1715, up to 11 or 14%. 44 million shares, the biggest volume since IPO day. Huge. Tellurian, formerly Magellan Petroleum, which we gave you here on the breakout in the, I think it was, may have been about 8. But the bottom line is that the stock has now reached over 20 today, and it reached my 2 swing trade targets. And at this point, I would have taken the vast majority of it off the table and rode with the rest, perhaps to the mid-20s. 4.05 days to cover, and the earnings are coming out tomorrow. This ought to be interesting. UCTT, big day, another semiconductor popping $1.43 or 11% on 3 million. It looks quite interesting, but it is near the target around the 15 range. If it gets up near there, it would be top of the channel and maybe cause for a short-term exit. Now running over to the box of shorts list, I want to give you a flair for what's going on. AutoZone, which I've been negative on, came down, popped back up to resistance right at the gap. I failed to get through, pulled back down, held there, and tried to snap again, but the last 3 days have been down. It looks to me like it's about to roll over. I have targets at about 660-80 zone coming up next. BJ Restaurants, down another bit today. There is resistance, support around 34.5. We want to see if that holds, but if it doesn't, looking for 30 or less. CATM, Cardtronics, is a new one. Recently broke hard, and now it's formed a little bear coil. It doesn't look good. I should see 41 and maybe 36 on this one going forward. Dick's Sporting Goods is about to crack what it appears to be. It's right on support here. If it does, 44 and 39 are your targets. Dollar Tree, you can see the theme here. A lot of retail and restaurants in very bad shape, at least technically. The overall structure of DLTR shows a big uptrend and a large wedge or head and shoulders top. I can't figure out what it is yet. I wouldn't be aggressive shorting it until I got under 72 3/4, because then it could come down to 60, 62s out very quickly. iRobot cracked hard there, then formed a rising bear wedge underneath the moving averages. Today it backed off. Let's see if there's a downside follow through, targeting 52 and 47. L Brands got whacked and whacked hard today, losing 16% or almost $9.20. At this point, being the bottom of the parallel channel, I would cover my shorts, and we'll see if we can set it up much like it did there, and set up more downside later on. If this is a big 1, 2, 3, we could get a 4 and then a 5. Log me in, cracking. It looks like little bear wedge crack today. It only dropped 208, but any further damage, and you're going to see it run down to 86, maybe even 80. New Skin got creamed 3 days ago and couldn't do anything, and it's making lower lows. If it takes out the December low under 46.35, we can see a quick 42, maybe even 37. New swing short Parsley. First bounced up to 30.93 and then dropped to 29.43 before closing at 30. Only down a small fraction. There is some support on the gap fill right there, but if it breaks underneath, say 29, this could be dropping into the mid-20s quickly. Red Robin, well, again, after bouncing to resistance yesterday, it pulled right back today, $1.55. I think eventually it goes lower. I'm looking for something in the 38 to 40 range eventually. Signet Jewelers looking lousy. The little bear flag there broke. Another one that's about to break, it appears. Looking at where it can go, low 60s, 10 points. Under Armour, wow. As bad as this looks, it is unable to bounce. It's forming another bear wedge. Looking for 19 and 17. Urban Outfitters breaking its wedge today, dropped $1.43 or 5%. Looks like it could and might take out 25.40 and fall into the low 20s, maybe high teens. And lastly is Wave Life Sciences, which appears to be topping in this zone. Left shoulder head and a weak right shoulder, bear flag, whatever you want to call it. It's starting to roll over. If it catches fire to the downside, we can see quickly 2021, maybe even high teens. Folks, that's the long and short of it. Things are getting a little dicey on Wall Street. This is HB signing off for now. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I will be in the room tomorrow, but obviously no updates after tomorrow and no weekend webinars. I will talk to you guys on Tuesday. Take care.